center. Am I on? So I'm going to repeat. Good morning, everybody. And if you're new with us today and would love an information packet, about our center, just check in with the ushers or the board member in the back. But we're going to open today with a beautiful song by Judy and Gwen.
I am free. I am unlimited. I'm free. I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free. I am unlimited. Right now. Right now. I am free. I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. I am free. I am unlimited right now. You are free. You are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free. You are unlimited right now. Right now. You are free. You are unlimited. There are no chains that bind you. You are free. You are unlimited right now. We are free. We are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free. We are unlimited right now. Right now. We are free. We are unlimited. There are no chains that bind us. We are free. We are unlimited right now. We are free. We are unlimited right now. Thank you.
And that's a perfect message for today. Thank you, Gwen and Judy. So if you are first time with us, I mentioned if you'd like to have a tour of the grounds, we do take a lot of special pride in what we have here, and we take pride in our community. So just take advantage of that. And then also, if you would like prayer support, I'm Charlie Boring practitioner today, and also with me is Dr. Mary, Christine, Judy, and I think that's it for today. And Rob. Hi, Rob. And we have our special guest, Rob Ward, today. So be sure and take advantage of our willingness to be with you and sit with you in prayer after service. So if you have any devices that may need to be silenced, please do so. But right now we're going to turn and wave to the camera, and at the same time, say hi to your neighbor. Look them in the eyes, take them in for who they are, and know that you are one with the neighbor. So I'd like to thank the other members of the team this morning. We have the sound booth, the ushers and greeters, and the kitchen cookies, who always have something wonderful for us after service. And then we have Judy on the piano and Gwen with music. So if you can silence your cell phone, we appreciate that. And right now I'm going to go into a few announcements. And then we're going to have a reading by Judy and Steve. And then the prayer by Rob Ward, who's visiting from down south. So we have the birthday song. Thank you for the reminder. So if there are any birthdays this month, if you can just let us know who you are, and we'll sing to you. We got Dr. Mary and Peter, and to you. So I'll quickly go through the announcements, but just a reminder that they're in your program. They're on our website. They're in the awareness. And if you'd like to sign up for a midweek update, that Reverend Sue sends out, we put all the pertinent information, or if there's any changes, you can get that by email. So you can just see Rich at the board desk if you'd like to sign up for that. But we do have the caregiver support group with Dr. Mary. That's Thursday, July 10th from 10 to noon. We have Sacred America, Sacred World. It's a new class by Dr. Mary, starting Saturday, July 12th from 9:30 to noon. So this class is a crash course on the intersection of politics, spirituality, and citizens. Like the three-legged stool, all are required for the United States to fulfill its potential. So I know Dr. Mary's been looking forward to this class, and she does a wonderful job in teaching, so keep that as a consideration for you. Next Sunday, the birth of new inspirations with Holly Day. She'll be visiting us for music and performing some new songs for us. Then memory maintenance and somatic yoga. It's Healthy Body, Healthy Mind with Silka Richmond. And that's starting on Mondays, July 14th, 5:30 to 6:45. So Silka's a longtime yoga teacher and massage therapist, and has recently completed a lot of training, when it comes to somatic healing. And then she wants to contribute to brain health and potentially prevent or slow the progression of mental decline. And then healing sound bath with crystal bowls. This is a new offering from Phoebe Fazio starting Friday, July 18th from 6:30 to 8. And that'll be here in the sanctuary. And then I did want to highlight Song Circle with Gary Lynn Floyd. So Gary Lynn Floyd was here a few years ago with Karen Drucker, and he brought the house down. He's got wonderful music. He's inspirational. He's the musician, at the Reno Center. But he's going to be here on July 27th, 11:30 to 12:45 p.m. So it'll be an immersive musical experience designed to lift your spirit, ground your soul, and connect you through chants and spiritual songs. So this is all designed to help lift us to our highest self and walk away with an inspiration of peace, love, and light. So we look forward to Gary Lynn Floyd, and you can start putting your name down now for attending. So we really want to support Gary. So with that, I'd like to invite Steve and Judy up for the reading. Following that will be Rob Ward, our practitioner from down south, who's a member of our center. So Steve and Judy.
There we go. We're going to read something about the Dalai Lama, because the Dalai Lama it's his birthday today. And it's also our 28th wedding anniversary. The Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, was born in Taxter, a small village in northeastern Tibet. The 14th Dalai Lama, he will be 90 on July 6th today. A little history: at age 2, he was identified as the reincarnation of the 13th Dalai Lama through a centuries-old Tibetan tradition that blends spiritual signs, oracles, and searches for a child born around the time of the previous Dalai Lama's death. And often they'll give a hint or a clue about where to find them as well. It's a very interesting process. A search party found him in Taxter, a small village in northeastern Tibet. He was officially recognized as the 14th Dalai Lama and formally enthroned in 1940 at age 4, and assumed full political power at age 15 in 1950. just as China was asserting control over Tibet. The Dalai Lama has made the hillside town of Dharamsala his headquarters in India since fleeing from Tibet after a failed uprising against the Chinese rule in 1959. As the spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism, which is actually officially known as Vajrayana Buddhism, an aspect of Mahayana Buddhism, he has taught compassion, mindfulness, and interfaith harmony around the world. His message is universally spiritual, often described as secular ethics. And I got to see the Dalai Lama in LA one day, and it was in a big, huge stadium, and it was amazing I was on a field trip with a bunch of little brats who were driving me crazy. And it was amazing when he walked into this huge coliseum how the energy shifted. And I mean, it was quite amazing. He received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1989 for his nonviolent struggle for the liberation of Tibet, emphasizing dialogue over conflict. He has met with world leaders, scientists, especially in neuroscience and consciousness studies, and interfaith groups, advocating for peace, human rights, and environmental stewardship.
And so following is a quote by His Holiness, the Dalai Lama. "My religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. We have a universal responsibility to change the course of history, to guide it in a more positive direction, a universal order that works for the welfare of the whole of humankind and all sentient beings. Such a civilization with a heart, a planetary society animated by the deepest value of the human family, selfless love, compassion, kindness, non-harming, sharing, and elimination of poverty, homelessness, disease, hunger, domestic violence, and weapons of mass destruction can become an actuality, even in our lifetime, if we're willing to work for it. We have this responsibility, both individually and collectively, and this responsibility extends to the whole earth itself. If we can envision it, then we have an alternative. Buddhism is more than a religion. It is a science of mind."
Here and now, I invite you to join with me to gently lower your gaze or close your eyes, going within, knowing that this divine presence, this universal kindness, this creative source of all that is always present. And together, as we lean into this we know together each of us is this kindness, this love, this peace, this presence, uniquely expressed, never the same and always one. And as we deepen, we remember this source of all life, this source of energy, this loving kindness of which we are all present in, knowing as we remember, we find balance of memories past, balance with knowing future, always remembering that it is love that we all originate from and are walking each other home to. It is with a grateful heart, knowing all of this is active here and now and ever present, I release these words into that law of life, that law which says, yes, my beloved, yes. This law I know is grace. And so it is. Reverend Sue.
Good morning. Good to see you. So, this topic today is remembering, and let's breathe with it together. There's an affirmation that is put out to support this message this week from the CSL organization, Centers for Spiritual Living. In this moment, I remember the truth of who I am. So my message today goes through some layers, and I just invite you to join me on this journey. And first of all, to start it off, to just take this moment to remember. And there's a Donna Michaels song that says, titled, I Remember. I've often played this at memorials for different people, but in particular, I want this to be a personal message for you as you think of the words of this song. I remember you, deep in my heart, deep in my soul, everywhere I go, you will always be a part of me. I remember you. So think about it as you close your eyes as I read those phrases again. I remember you, deep in my heart, deep in my soul, everywhere I go, you will always be a part of me. I remember you. This is the message today. And as I mentioned, it's going to have layers of meaning for you and for all of us. Revelations that I invite you to really deeply respect as they bubble up through you. So I imagine that you could have thought of people that are no longer living. You could have thought of some of your favorite friends, family. You could have thought of a long-lost best friend. You could have thought of a happier time in your life. You could have thought again of a family member or a friend you're now distant from because of an issue that has divided your bond. You can even remember who you once were. And then opening this lens just a little bit wider, maybe you're also remembering the better days, better choices, or maybe poor choices. Maybe you remembered some of those yucky days. But think about it. All that you remember lives in you. And as we peel back different layers, we touch the very reason why we remember. So now you're deep in your soul. Our pain and our joys, that's where they live. They live in what we remember. It's a very felt sense. You see, feel it. I know when I hear the words of this song and I hear the songs that are similar to this, my heart just, goes through a story. And sometimes I cry and sometimes I end up smiling. But that's all the pain and that's all the joy that lives in me. So when we recall, as we remember all of this, it's also exposing, isn't it, what we value, what lies in those beliefs. What are our longings? What has been our spiritual quest up until now? What have our prayers been for this entire sweet life as it flashes before us in this moment of time? In this instance, are we willing to really remember all of it? Most precious is the fact this remembering turns us back to our core center, to our core beliefs, what we have been holding and what we have held. How we are so interconnected. Can you feel that as we recognize that, yes, in some of those memories, we too weave together in that web of life. And we're each seeking. The beautiful part about this center is you are each here seeking your divinity, your search for the divine in your own way. You are here because there's a part of you that wants to know more intimately this thing called God, this thing called nature, this thing called spirit, your name for it. But we're all seeking something more intimate. And this divine wisdom is what helps guide us, lead us to what we want to remember. And especially we feel it when a crisis has passed. We call upon it when the crisis hits our hearts. Oftentimes we go right back to some of our childhood prayers. They're right there. They're right there. And then we start to apply our more spiritual-based knowledge, and we start to rise up out of the crisis, start to piece ourselves together. Because why? Because you're witnessing this power within you that is longing to be expressed. And this is that inner resource that we claim all through change. This is what we're seeking. We are longing that way out of any hardship. And this is the way out of the dark nights of our soul. So what I speak to is our soul power. That soul power that weaves our consciousness into oneness, to remind us who we are and who we always have been. That same soul power is propelling us through our joys. It's right there. It feels good when we're feeling it that way. Through our successes, through our triumphs. But as we keep remembering, when we find the way to the divine wellspring of this wisdom that I speak to is ever flowing through the everlasting universal intelligence and through all of humanity and through all beings. We're not someone special here. We have inherited this wisdom. It's in our DNA from our ancestry. They live in us. It is why this truth is eternal. So as I sat in my quiet corner, wondering, what could I say to you today that would bring some peace, to any unsettled feelings that you might be carrying. Because I realized, to be honest with you, I too feel very depleted. A level of sadness, I walk around with it. It's sort of anchored in my heart. The wars, the anger, the separations, the overpowering of the immigrants of our nation we've seen witnessed being brutally, at times, grabbed from their homes, their places of work, without any defense, to help them we can't get to them to help them as they're ushered off to some mysterious place and cut off from family and cut off from us. We don't know the rest of the stories. And then some take advantage of that and they mock. They mock the alligator Alcatraz, which I just find despicable in our day. It's haunting, it's confusing, and it pushes us, maybe some of us, maybe not all of us, but it's pushing us to a sense of some helplessness. But are we really helpless? The truth is, we cannot bear to surrender our spiritual soul power to the narratives that appear to be undermining our core values and beliefs. To do so simply limits our beliefs. It makes us smaller when we surrender to it. It is ours now, as we have traveled together, especially through this philosophy in this center, some of us for 30, 40 years. Now is our time to embrace this higher truth and link up with this divine nature that we so love. Because we recognize in all divine nature, harmony is restored, balance is restored. As Earnest Holmes states so clearly, that we are to direct our prayers towards a complete freedom from all discord of every nature. Ooh, that's a big calling. That's such a big calling that I often, when the practitioners would line up for an annual honoring of their work, and we were each given one of these principles to speak out into the audience, I would squirm down the line so I didn't have to read that one. Because I thought, I don't know if I'm up to that one. I can't put my full self behind it because I feel like a weenie. But when I look at it now, when I look at it today, when I look at all that we've been going through, to allow ourselves to direct our prayers toward our complete freedom from all discord of every nature, I stand on that. So as I sat there thinking, so if I believe that, what is blocking me? And maybe what is blocking some of you? And I saw this book sitting next to me that I had picked up at the parking lot sale, Secrets of the Lost Mode of Prayer by Greg Braden. And next to that was a sweet little note tablet that I had received from Jill Ward at my last birthday. And the title on that little notepad that she had given me was, "Take time to make your soul happy." And I sat with that in my hand. I sat with this other book. I sat in my corner, and I thought, where am I here? What is this book that's telling me a secret of the lost mode of prayer? Okay, there's a secret, and I might have been missing it. The hidden power of beauty, he says, the hidden power of blessing, wisdom, and hurt. I picked up with that wonder. What are my prayers missing? And I share with you what he awakened in me. But let's remember first, always in every prayer, is our connection to the presence, right? To that which is, whatever that is for you. The presence within this room, this holiness, this presence. And this message will be nothing if we don't start there, if we don't fall into the arms of the divine and weep our heart and share our heart and say, who am I in this now? Who am I in this? I'm going crazy. The presence. Richard Rohr reminds us that the true self is compassion and love itself. No wonder the world affairs have our attention. As we strive to uncover this indwelling relationship with presence, the saints and sages of all time, and this is what the work that Greg Braden does so beautifully. He keeps seeking, he keeps traveling this planet to the highest monasteries, to the deepest villages, to find the truth, to find in all of the different tribes what is the truth here, what is the answer. And what he described, what he found, that most of the sages and the saints came to the same conclusion: closer to me than I am to myself, or more me than I am myself. This is what presence is. Closer to me than I am to myself, more me than I am myself. And that's where he starts off, reminding us there's this beautiful force that dwells within us. He shares also from St. Francis of Assisi, instructing us of the mystery and this power that lives in every one of us. And that aligns with Rumi, who compares this power in his poetic way. If you put your soul against this ore with me, the power that made the universe will enter your sinew from a source not outside your limbs, but from the holy realm that lives in us. That's the power. And you wonder, that power lives in me? What are they referring to? What do all these great saints and sages, what are they reminding us of? And it is this greatest force in our universe. It speaks to us, through us, and as us. You've heard that. It is the true power of prayer. St. Francis, the result of prayer is life. It brings life because it irrigates the earth and the heart. That alone struck me. And I asked myself as I sat there, have I been absolutely lazy in my prayers? Have I just been mumbling all these years? Now, we remember our personal power is central to the science of mind philosophy. And we emphasize that our thoughts and beliefs also shape our reality. This affirmative prayer that we so lovingly express here all the time, in community and individually to each one as they come for prayer and practitioner prayers. We recognize how powerful that is. But we also have to remember always, knowing that our past has meaning. You see, your past has meaning. All your hurt has meaning. It's influencing your present day. And if we leave it unattended to, if we just spiritually bypass it, tuck it away, let it live there, not thinking about it, so it must not be real anymore. If you're avoiding your buried hurts and disappointments, your body is still holding it. It will leave a mark on your present reality. It will mirror back to you what is going on in you, around you, on so many different levels. And we can get this. We've explored it many, many times in many, many different ways. But I invite us today to just take a deeper personal look at prayer and start to realize that maybe we have been missing something. And where is our soul power in our prayer? The mystics that sought these answers to their search for truth, that ended in all these secret monasteries, their great master offered these words of encouragement. When Greg asked him, how do you do your prayers? And he said, You have now found the conditions in which the desire of your heart can become the reality of your being. So Greg wondered, could he be referencing to the power of prayer itself, which led to this very important lifelong question that we face sooner or later: who am I? Do I know myself? Am I a part of all of this that's going on in this divine matrix they call life itself? What is my responsibility in all that I face in the larger world? Has it taken this much chaos to get our attention? Through this vast research, Greg found that as he tracked this spiritual quest, and he discovered it in every single culture and in every nation, the same questions were being asked by them. What is happening to our world, and what can we do to make things better? So a lot of this is leading you towards understanding, because I hope you're in touch with what you're feeling as I read some of this. Because according to Braden in the Navajo ancient wisdom books, these questions were there, and they unfolded into a responsibility. We have the responsibility for our happiness and the suffering, our own. It all rests on our shoulders. But the happiness for all beings rests on our shoulders. It rests in our hearts. So the beautiful Navajo prayer, the beauty prayer, it's so simple. You may have heard it, but the power behind the prayer you might not recognize as much. And spoken with absolute deep, pure intention, these 3 lines shift the chemistry of our bodies and influence the quantum possibilities of our worlds. These are the words: the beauty that you live with, the beauty that you live by, the beauty upon which you base your life. Those 3 phrases. They're incomplete sentences for a purpose. The beauty you live with, the beauty that you live by, the beauty upon which you base your life. These words, according to Braden, give us the hope that we cry for, because they put it all in perspective, knowing that where our prayer begins and ends is how we survive life's hurt by giving meaning to whatever is going on in your world. And beauty, according to the tradition of the indigenous tribes, beauty is a big part of this prayer and leads us into the reminder that all hurt is temporary, and we use the language of prayer to set forth our soul power and place it into greater intention. So eventually you find the answer within the paradox between hurt and wisdom. Our initial feelings are really strong. We know that. We have had gut-wrenching responses anytime we feel hurt or betrayal. But the finding meaning of our path of wisdom leads us so carefully into blessing and seeing the beauty in life again. Prayer itself is the bridge to our understanding. It is said, and you've heard this, prayer doesn't change the things that upset you, no. But prayer changes you. Changes you. All of this is wrapped in feelings. And in the highest temples in the Himalayas, that was what was given back to Greg. Feelings. Feelings is the most important part of any prayer, just as feelings are important to register what we're experiencing in life itself. At times we suffer until we can discover the meaning behind our sorrow. Then another insight to our healing is blessing our way. Now, maybe you want to walk out of this room right now because I'm not quite hitting the point. Or maybe you're willing to stay longer as you register when I say that there is a wisdom in the sacred and mystical teachings. So we take a breath here. And as I've mentioned, the aspect of seeing beauty, it is transforming us from within. Because when we see beauty, when we really see beauty, our heart softens, our heart opens. You can stare at the beautiful bouquet of flowers long enough to witness that opening. But by seeing more and taking a chance here to lift ourselves out of suffering, maybe even momentarily, to give meaning to what is happening or has happened, the key to awaken is in our own hearts, to allow that beauty in if we have walled it out with our hurt. Beauty awakens when we invite it in. It creates the beautiful atmosphere of the heart. And when we take care of the temple of our heart in such a majestic way, we enter the temple of the divine. And we have aligned the walls with this beauty, this love, this compassion, this sense of something greater. Yes, I'm in that now. And that's what we're honestly blessing what is. Because it took what is to get us to sit down long enough to get still and to know a deeper truth, a deeper love. And that releases the hurt that was there in the first place, replacing it with another feeling. And blessing, this is why he emphasizes this blessing, temporarily suspends the cycle of pain. It opens the doorway to begin our deeper healing and our moving on in life. Now, who doesn't want this for soul happiness? That soul force that lives and moves and expresses through us. This is our source. So imagine changing your greatest hurt. Imagine today the greatest hurt that you've had for so long. Changing it into your deepest wisdom. Blessing it. Now, often when somebody says, when you're going through something, they'll say, this too shall pass. You're not ready to hear that sometimes. You want to punch them. But the truth is, if we can honestly stand in the place where we can see the beauty, where we can feel the blessing, this is the insight that Greg is encouraging us towards in his writings over and over again, in all his books. Feel the prayer. We're not just weaving words together to sound poetic up here, all the while, each one of us independently owning our own anger and distrust in our own hearts. Can't pray from there. Can't do it. Don't even try. We have to go deeper, knowing as we swim the depths of our soul, the answers of the prayer are already around us. The answer is what is happening inside of us. So have you ever questioned your ability? I know I have. I still do. When Jesus says to know your faith, the level of your faith, when he says, mountain, move away, and it will move away. Yeah, really? That comes up in me. I don't want to plant that in you. But I sit with that. It kept me awake all night. Lord, I want that power, that soul power, to move the mountains, to move these mountains that are blocking my way at this time of life. So if we could catch it right there, when any time that doubt creeps in, then when that doubt creeps in, our prayer gets smaller. His other instruction here, see the beauty, feel the prayer, feel it with all your emotions, and pray that it is already so. Now, oftentimes when we enter prayer here, we say, and so it is, and we always say, oftentimes, and together we say, and so it is. Because we're praying as if it's already so. You maintain the power then. When we pray for something, here's where it gets very sensitive. When we pray for something, it kind of lingers in this field of unexpression. But when you pray with a feeling, when you pray with that fire and fervor of knowing that it's already so, it is. You break that down if you hear this. Let us pray for peace. Pray for peace. Versus, peace is. Peace is. And you feel it in your bones. You don't yet? Feel it in your bones. Say it again. Peace is. Don't feel it yet? Peace is. You stand in it. You walk in it. You feel it. It surrounds you. It's in your bones now. It's in your body. Peace is. The prayer itself is making communion with something greater and speaks to these unseen forces. This is the divine matrix. This is that quantum field we speak of in today's time. But it's also the ancient story of the web of life that they knew thousands and thousands of years ago. This field of potentiality, it exists. And when we speak into it with feeling, with gratitude, with compassion, with love, it is life-affirming. But likewise, if we speak into it, any place in us, hidden anger, jealousy, rage, or hate, these are the negative feelings that are destroying the power of the prayer. These feelings we hold have yet to be cleared, and they affect the emotional state during prayer. We have work to do, some of us. As Braden reminds us, this field is a reflection of our inner beliefs, and we must find a way to clear out anger, to clear out the hurt before we pray. Ask yourself, how do you possibly expect healings to manifest in the mind of God when we are reflecting fear and hurt? So blessing. I thought about that when I was a young child. That was my prayer. God bless Mommy, God bless Daddy, God bless Grandma, God bless Aunt Norma, God bless Bonnie, going through my sisters, blessing, God bless, God bless, God bless, God bless, God bless, God bless, fall asleep. That's the only prayer that was needed. That somehow saved me, led me, guided me on my rest of my journey in life. But have I been blessing what's going on today? Not so. I've been more cursing it. So I'm going to turn that around, my pledge to all of you. As I think of what's going on in our world, may I bless it in such a way that the reality of truth, the greater good, is unfolding for all. I think my time is up. But I wanted to just share something else he said in the book that I thought was so sweet, and I wish I could wake up in time for this. But the best time to clear this field is at the edge of time, at the edge of sunrise, just before. Oh, that's the best time to sleep. But if we could rouse ourselves just for a moment, go out into the twilight and offer our heart in prayer, bow to the one. And the other time, a little bit easier, at sunset, watching the sun turn to darkness. In that twilight, we pray. We're preparing all of this, the idea, preparing our body, mind, and heart before the prayer begins. So one of the things he sums it up. Prayer is the language of God and the angels. It's also the language we've been given to heal life suffering with wisdom, beauty, and grace. Whether we learn of prayer's power from the internet or from the first century parchment scroll, the message is the same. Accepting our ability to use such a universal language may well be the greatest challenge of our lives, at the same time, the source of our greatest strength. When we know beyond any doubt that we already speak the feeling language of prayer, we awaken the part of us that can never be stolen, never be lost, never be taken away. This is the secret of the lost mode of prayer. So to shift it just a little bit, I want to take it, because this is another way you can do it, and then we're going to go into a song by Gary Lynn Floyd, just to have a taste. He is our prayer today. But this, Maya Spector wrote a series of poems, and she's the one that often is one of our favorites that shows up at Rumi's Caravan. But take this personally when I read this to you. Hello, old friend. Pain leads to fear and a clutching, tightening, teeth clenching resistance, a response akin to that of a warrior girding up for battle. What if instead the next plan is to soften, to just let go, and to say, hello there, old friend. I recognize you. Let us share this space together. I will make room for you here. I can muster up the strength and trust in the earth instead of gathering my inner combat troops. I can say to you, you are not my enemy, but rather a guest I may greet and welcome in. The pain may remain, but the fear might fall away, then leaving sharp clarity and an honest human acceptance. And one more. Take this one very personally, about forgiveness. My body did not betray me. I am in need of forgiveness, and who I must forgive is myself. Meting out judgments harsh and punishing, I found a culprit to blame, the body. I've never rested easily in, that has never lived up to my required standards. I've had so little tenderness for its failings and foibles, the belly wrinkled from pregnancy, the young girl's awkward height, the invisible issues of the blood. What I want is to cradle my body self and say, shh, it's all right. You are loved. So, Gary Lynn Floyd, this is our prayer.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Om. Peace. Amen. Judy and Gwen.
Center my soul upon the path of peace. Make of my life a melody of love, singing hallelujah, great Spirit, hallelujah. Open my heart, let holy love flow through me. Center my soul upon the path of peace. Make of my life a melody of love, singing hallelujah, great Spirit, hallelujah. Open my heart, let holy love flow through me. Center my soul upon the path of peace. Make of my life a melody of love, singing hallelujah, great Spirit, hallelujah. Hallelujah, great Spirit, hallelujah.
Thank you, Gwen, and thank you, Sue. And we'd like to invite the ushers forward. Well, everybody looks so beautiful today. So as I prepare to give my offering, my heart is filled with love and appreciation, since what is offered here is for my spiritual well-being. I am filled with gratitude, knowing life stays in balance, for as I give, I receive. And I also know and claim for each and every one here that our vibration from the center is moving out beyond just the center and from our souls, but out into the world for a healing. So it is a strong vibration that we do create here, and together we say, and so it is. So please know with me that we are so blessed, that I am so blessed. And as a community, we are so blessed to have this space and the support of everyone here and those who are watching, who give not only of their heart and their soul, but also of their financial ability. So giving thanks for this community and for the growth of this community, knowing that we grow from within, from the heart, outward. And together we say, And so it is. So I think you have a few remarks.
So I wanted to remind you to enjoy the community in the social hall and browse the bookstore. And I got this very sweet message today, and I thought it was timely. It's from Cheryl Crumley, who some of us remember, right, Lavana? Oh, she just talked to her. Interesting. But it so dovetails with Dalai Lama's My Religion is Kindness. And it's a little ditty that she sent me called Small Kindnesses. I've been thinking about the way when you walk down a crowded aisle, people pull in their legs to let you by. Or how strangers still say, bless you, when someone sneezes. A leftover from the bubonic plague. Don't die, we are saying. And sometimes when you spill lemons from your grocery bag, someone else will help you pick them up. Mostly, we don't want to harm each other. We want to be handed our cup of coffee hot and to say thank you to the person handing it, to smile to them and for them to smile back, for the waitress to call us honey when she sets down the bowl of clam chowder, and for the driver in the red pickup truck to let us pass. We have so little of each other now, so far from tribe and fire, only these brief moments of exchange. What if they are the true dwelling of the holy, these fleeting temples we make together when we say, here, have my seat. Go ahead, you first. I like your hat. So think about that this week. How many, many ways we are already doing the good work. We are blessing the way. Don't take it for granted when you hear someone say it to you. So, God bless you. Thank you. Music. A closing song, and then we'll close with our peace song.
Judy and I wanted to offer more blessings on the nation. And so we invite you, as you feel inspired, to join us as we share America the Beautiful. You're welcome to remain seated or rise as you're moved, and to sing or to meditate as you feel moved. Through let's join with one another singing, Let There Be Peace on Earth.